Right now at 5, the snow has made its way into southern Wisconsin. We'll have team coverage as you head home.
Plus, people in Sun Prairie are honoring the pilot killed in a crash in the Upper Peninsula. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, as the FDA closes in on approving the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, what steps are next in Wisconsin for vaccinations?
This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. We have a few alert days in the forecast as this first snowfall of the winter season has arrived in southern Wisconsin.
We have team coverage tonight as our meteorologists look at the potential snow totals with reporters and photographers keeping an eye on the roads tonight for your evening commute. And we begin with meteorologist Dana Fulton, who is monitoring the snowfall. Dana?
Certainly the first significant snowfall of the season. We've been keeping an eye on it all week, and right now we have snow coming down in Dane County, but still seeing rain in the southeast corner of the state. That mixed line has just been progressing further southeast over the last few hours. Now we are expecting the snow to just continue overnight and as we head into Saturday, so our snowfall totals are really going to creep up by the end of the day on Saturday. An alert day is in the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow because it's making our roads really messy outside right now, and as we look ahead to tomorrow, this heavy wet snow is going to take a lot to get everything cleaned up, with wind gusts also picking up later in the day on Saturday. Chris Reese is out on the patio right now with a closer look at our current conditions that we're seeing outside. A little bit of snow starting to accumulate for us, Chris.
Yeah, that's right, Dana. Here on the patio, we have seen more snow on the ground, and one of the things I noticed as I was leaving just to come into work earlier this afternoon, the roads in the neighborhood were starting to turn white. We are seeing spots in Madison, mainly once you are out of a highly traveled area, where we're starting to see more and more of the white on the ground. Now we zoom in on Dane County, we're pretty much all in the snow. That line has moved further towards the south and east. At 4 o'clock, Stoughton was still on the mixed line. Now they're in the snow. Now we're starting to see that mixed line move into northern parts of Rock County. But here's the reason that we're still uncertain on the snow totals as you work your way farther towards the south and east. Winds are coming off of Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is much warmer than we are right now. As a result, temperatures are warmer closer towards the lake. 40 in Kenosha, 36 in Janesville. We're at 32 here in Madison. It's going to take until the overnight hours before we see a full transition down towards the south and east.
All right, Chris and Dana, thank you. And of course, the roads could be a little slick as this snow continues to fall.
Our News 3 Now photojournalist Lance Height has more on road conditions on the Beltline. Hi, Lance. What are you seeing out there?
Hi guys, I just passed Gammon Road. I'm heading west on the Beltline, sort of towards Middleton, coming up on Mineral Point Road here. And I would say the snow has let up over the last hour or so, but it is getting wet out here. Pretty much full speed the whole way, a little bit on the brake as I cross the length of the Beltline. I'll back up what Chris Reese just said on some of the side roads. You are seeing some white conditions, so that might be a little more slippery, but as of right now, it's posted speeds on the Beltline.
All right, photojournalist Lance Height on the Beltline. Lance, thanks for that update. Madison Streets Division says they'll have nearly 3 dozen salt trucks out tonight.
But they're still asking drivers to take things slowly. Our Adam Duxter is live near Verona Road and Whitney Way with the latest. Hi, Adam.
Yeah, hey, Lance just gave you a first-person view on the Beltline, but here's a little bit of an overview from the Beltline as you see traffic moving smoothly in both directions. But when you look to the service road right near the Beltline, you can see that has not seen a salt truck quite yet. And Madison Streets Division says once they start to see a solid layer of snow on the roads, that's when they'll send out those 35 salt trucks that'll be going just about all night. But they say even once you see those salt trucks, that doesn't necessarily mean you're in the clear to drive just however you want quite yet. And part of that is because they weren't able to pre-treat the roads for today's storm because it was rain that turned into snow ahead of time.
Since it started as rain, though, we couldn't put the brine down because it would just wash everything away. So with this one, it's just a matter of making certain our trucks are ready to go. We got plenty of material on hand, getting our shifts set up. And once that snow starts sticking to the pavement, it's getting our trucks out there as quick as we can.
And as you can tell right now, that snow is falling and it is sticking. So if you are driving any of Madison's surface roads, you can expect to see those salt trucks pretty soon. and you won't see plows until Madison sees a little bit more than 3 inches of snow or a little bit more. So for now, if you are inside, well, I would stay right where you're at. Even though the conditions are decent right now, it's definitely a good night to maybe sit at home with a glass of hot chocolate or two.
All right, good advice from Adam Duxter along the Beltline between Verona Road and Whitney Way. Adam, thank you. We'll continue to bring you the latest as the snow continues to fall. To keep you up to date, download our News 3 Now weather app featuring hourly weather updates as well as the latest radar. You can download it for free in your app store of choice.
In other news tonight, within just the last half hour, the state Supreme Court has scheduled oral arguments tomorrow for a Trump campaign lawsuit after they got overturned this morning in a lower court, going 0 for 5 in lawsuits in Wisconsin. A Racine County judge ruled this morning to throw out the campaign's attempt to overturn more than 220,000 votes in Dane and Milwaukee counties. President Trump's lawyers argued that those counties were wrong to use guidance from the Wisconsin Elections Commission in early in-person voting. The Biden campaign said election law and commission guidance had been applied like they had in past elections.
Some did it differently. Some got it wrong. Dane and Milwaukee got it wrong.
What's being asked here is to change the rules after the game has been played, and fundamental due process prohibits that.
A judge ultimately upheld the recount results in those counties, saying that a court should do everything to ensure the will of the voters prevails. Wisconsin is set to cast electoral votes on Monday. The Wisconsin Air National Guard has released the name of the pilot killed in an F-16 jet crash.
Officials say 37-year-old Captain Durwood Jones of Albuquerque, New Mexico, was found dead yesterday after his F-16 crashed in Michigan's Upper Peninsula during a training mission on Tuesday. Our Jamie Perez is at a vigil in Sun Prairie that is honoring the late Captain Jones. Jamie?
Things are just now starting to get underway. You can see that the members of the community here are gathering. They're starting to pass out candles here, preparing to say a few words about the pilot who died a little bit earlier. Now, the woman who organized this doesn't personally know the family, but she said that her dad actually died in a crash similar to this years ago, so that when she heard about this, it really hit close to home for her, and she wanted to do something like this for the family. The pilot leaves behind his wife and 2 boys. One of his kids, I'm told, is 2 months old, the other just 2 years old. Now, one of the family's neighbors also says the family has been here in Sun Prairie for about 6 years. She said they were very well liked. They were very kind. I'm told that the mayor is going to be speaking here as well within the next hour. They are actually also passing out some bins for people to write kind notes and prayers for the family. They said that that's what the family really wants right now, especially during this time that's just so very difficult for them. Those bins will be out here throughout the day tomorrow, so they're hoping that people can come by and share their thoughts. Now, this is, again, getting underway right now, so we're going to toss it back to you, but we will be back here within the next hour to bring you some of the words that are shared here at this vigil.
All right, thank you, Jamie. Flying operations at Truax Field are on pause as the United States Air Force is investigating the crash involving Captain Jones. Officials do not have specific details of the crash or what led to it, and they say this will be a lengthy investigation that will happen in 3 phases.
The first phase, the initial safety board, looks to gather and preserve information and typically takes approximately 1 week. The second phase, the site investigation board, works to figure out what exactly occurred. This phase takes approximately 30 days. The final phase, the accident investigation board, looks to identify the cause and could take a year or more to report its conclusions.
Multiple agencies helped search for the pilot in the crash, including the Michigan State Police, as well as the Michigan, Minnesota, Indiana, and Iowa National Guard teams.
The FDA is expected to approve Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine for emergency use after an advisory panel voted to endorse the drug. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows has pressed the FDA to grant an emergency use authorization for the vaccine by the end of today or face possible dismissal. The vaccine won an endorsement Thursday from an FDA panel of outside advisors. An agency sign-off is the next step needed to get the shots to the public.
This jumpstarts the plans for shipping vaccines across the country, but it doesn't mean vaccinations can start just yet.
News 3 Now's Amanda Quintana has details on those next steps.
This is a big first step, but it's still just a first step. The Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, ACIP, still has to give their authorization, and here in Wisconsin, DHS does too. But a victory is closer.
Don't lose that aggressiveness. Don't take that eye off the ball.
Dr. Matt Anderson feels a bit like a coach. He says the FDA vaccine authorization puts us in the fourth quarter, but the game is not over yet.
We can't get into a prevent defense at the end of the game because that prevents you from winning. We know that people are still vulnerable in the current state, and we're going to have a lot of that risk still for coming months.
He's hopeful vaccine shipments could start arriving at UW Hospital next week. Approval from DHS maybe later in the week. Then finally, the vaccines can give frontline workers, those with the highest exposure risk, some relief.
Not that they would stop wearing their PPE, not that they're going to stop physical distancing or doing those other things, but it does give them a little bit better sense of comfort and well-being, we hope, as well, to know that there is this added layer of protection.
Anderson admits even once all healthcare workers are immunized, which will take months and multiple rounds of deliveries, that won't be enough to stop the spread, but it will reduce it and keep hospital staff healthy enough to keep taking care of those who do get sick. But he says they can't be the only ones fighting. The rest of the team needs to continue too.
The victory over the pandemic is in sight, but we need to be careful that we're not playing not to lose and we just say, oh, we can go do what we want.
UW Health will be getting about 4,000 doses of Pfizer's vaccine, but without a finalized plan from DHS yet, they're unsure how many of those are for their employees and how many are just being stored there for employees at surrounding hospitals. In Madison, Amanda Quintana, News 3 Now.
Well, the FDA plans to review Moderna's vaccine in the next week or so, but right now the Pfizer vaccine, that's the only one being sent to our area.
As the nation waits for the green light, hospitals are getting ready to receive it. The Milwaukee VA Medical Center now has a new ultra-cold freezer that will be able to store the vaccine at the required temperature, which is at least minus 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Milwaukee is one of 37 VA facilities picked to get the vaccine first.
And an update from the Rock County Jail as dozens more inmates have tested positive for COVID-19. Today, the Rock County Sheriff's Office says 71 people have tested positive for the virus at the jail. 2 days ago, we reported 29 inmates tested positive. Multiple units at the jail were on quarantine due to positive test results as of Wednesday, and Sheriff Troy Knutson says the entire jail population was tested. That's 217 people. He says they're still waiting on the results for 99 of those tests.
State and county health officials confirmed an additional 3,464 cases of COVID-19 throughout the state. That brings Wisconsin's lifetime total to 430,403 cases. An additional 41 deaths were confirmed today. According to DHS, there are over 50,000 active cases of the coronavirus.
Still ahead at 5, an assembly committee is holding a hearing on what it's calling an investigation into the 2020 election. This as the president tries to overturn votes in Wisconsin. And coming up tonight at 6, we're continuing to bring you the latest on the snowy weather across the southern part of the state. We'll continue that team coverage next hour. And on Wall Street, the Dow adds 47 to end the week back above the 30,000 mark. The Nasdaq loses 28. The S&P drops almost 5. And we'll be right back.
Plan a perfect staycation at the Madison Concourse Hotel and Governor's Club. Bring the family to enjoy our indoor pool or reconnect with the couple's getaway in our Governor's Club, serving complimentary cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and breakfast. Gift certificates are available. Visit concoursehotel.com.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. What does free mean? No cost, right? We've all seen ads about free things included with your purchase. Free carpet pad or installation with your carpet, free love seat with your sofa, 2 window blinds for the price of 1. But we know better, right? At McGann's, free means free. Free delivery and setup with purchases of $500 or more within 50 miles of Baraboo. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
It's called the greater good. At Quartz, it's what fuels our passion to better serve our members and our community. It's why we ensure easy access to the doctors, hospitals, and clinics of UW Health. It's what pushes us to invest in the name of community health and wellness programs and to find new ways to help those who need the help the most. But hey, you know all about the greater good. Quartz, health plans built with you in mind.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Plan a perfect staycation at the Madison Concourse Hotel and Governors Club. Bring the family to enjoy our indoor pool or reconnect with the couples getaway in our Governors Club, serving complimentary cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and breakfast. Gift certificates are available. Visit concoursehotel.com.
Tonight it takes the latest on lawsuits looking to overturn Wisconsin's election results, and the Wisconsin Air National Guard identifies the pilot killed in an F-16 crash in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The latest on News 3 Now at 6.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Election officials have repeatedly said November's election was conducted according to law, but they weren't invited to tell legislators that today. At the Joint Committee on Campaigns and Elections meeting, lawmakers instead heard from partisans, such as a conservative radio show host who gave claims of election fraud without evidence. Democrats on the committee walked out partway through, calling the hearing a sham. Hours into the meeting, the only member of the Elections Commission to speak said there were no complaints filed with them. He did suggest ways to reform election laws, such as getting rid of central count communities.
Biden surged ahead of Trump when the Milwaukee absentee votes were reported in the early morning hours. This time, that delay caused more than confusion. It destroyed confidence in our election.
The Republicans at the hearing weighed the legality of appointing their own electors to vote on Monday, a common request in Trump lawsuits that judges have repeatedly dismissed.
The High Court could decide by the end of today whether to hear a Texas case that seeks to block electoral votes in 4 battleground states. That includes Wisconsin, along with Georgia, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, where Joe Biden won. The lawsuit was brought by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, backed by numerous Republican attorneys general. Notably, the Republicans are not challenging the election process in any state that President Trump won, just the 4 battleground states where he lost.
All right, now back to the top story of this snowfall across southern Wisconsin. Meteorologist Dana Fulton keeping an eye on what's happening right now. Dana?
It's something that we've been watching all week and really just building in over the last several hours as we look at this loop, a 1-hour loop of our radar. The freezing mix line continues to sink southeast with rain south still into northern Illinois and the southeast corner of the state. But for Dane County, we've been holding on to the snow for the last few hours, and it's just going to continue to add up. The light snow continuing through the day on Saturday, anywhere from 1 to 7 inches certainly possible. Some localized areas might trend a little bit above 7 also. The wind speeds a concern for tomorrow, as well as blowing in drifting snow, as our wind speeds are going to pick up close to 20 miles per hour and wind gusts in the mid to low 30s. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow. A winter weather advisory also in effect for tonight, extending through much of the day for Saturday. Because of our road conditions, it's going to be very slick and sloppy outside tomorrow. It's going to take a little bit of time to get some of the snow cleaned up because temperatures are in the mid to low 30s, so it is very heavy, dense snow that's building through. That's going to take some time to clean up for the roads and, of course, driveways and sidewalks. Now, our winter weather advisory extends for us down into parts of Iowa, where they're also starting to see that transition over from rain to snow that will continue overnight. This is as an area of low pressure is moving northeast, driving all of this moisture through the northern portion of the Midwest. A lot of rain for our neighbors to the south, but we're we're looking at quite a winter event for us overnight and for Saturday. The snow continues on heading into tomorrow. Notice our temperature trends still in the mid to low 30s, so I wouldn't be surprised if areas southeast of Dane County continue to see that mixed precipitation even into early in the day on Saturday. It's part of the reason we won't see as much accumulation in that area, because it's not just snow, it's rain coming down also. This starts to taper into flurries into the afternoon before things really clear out as we head into Sunday, and Sunday of course will be the cleanup day. So overall accumulation totals, the heaviest band still stretching from Platteville through Dane County and up towards Sheboygan, 3 to 7 inches likely. And we're really trending towards the higher end of that range now, as it's been steadily snowing for the last several hours. It's a very tight cutoff, though, as you look to the north, that gradient quickly transitioning down. And to the south, we're not seeing quite as much accumulation. To the south, because of the rain that's been coming down. To the north, just not seeing that precipitation build up in that direction. Mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow as the snow transitions to flurries and comes to an end. Temperatures will be in the low 30s for afternoon highs. Well, really more early in the day, we'll be in the low 30s, and then we'll be cooling down overnight heading into Sunday, dropping to the teens. The alert day tomorrow because of our road conditions. Might be a really good day to stay inside after you get your driveway cleaned up for heading into the late hours of Saturday once the snow does stop. But again, not a good day to be traveling around, as the blowing snow is going to cause some visibility concerns, especially for our rural areas. For Sunday and Monday, high temperatures will be near 30. Slight chance for flurries Tuesday and Wednesday. And as we look ahead to the back half of the work week, we're back to a little bit of a dry trend, and temperature-wise in the mid to low 30s for our afternoon highs. Road conditions we've been keeping a very close eye on as well. We aren't seeing any major delays throughout the area right now, but please give yourself plenty of extra space between your car and the car in front of you. And again, when the roads are wet, when we have this precip coming down, it's not good conditions. You don't want to use your cruise control along the Beltline, east and westbound. No delays right now. Now from Janesville to the Beltline, 27 minutes, 17 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and some parade to downtown, about 9 minutes. So our drive times still look the same right now, but it's something that we're going to continue to keep an eye on through the evening.
All right, Dana, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5 as the snow comes in. Skiers and snowboarders are getting ready to hit the hills at Tyrrell Basin. How they're making sure people are staying safe during the pandemic there. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Although Christmas is just around the corner, don't worry. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. Shop low prices on a huge selection of great gifts for everyone on your list. Like half off this glass popcorn popper, just $9.99. Half off select Milwaukee bit sets. Power-up gifts with Energizer AA or AAA batteries, just $8.99. Plus, now through Saturday, rewards members get a $10 Farm and Fleet gift card for every $100 spent. Shop great gifts for everyone on your list during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale. Going on now.
Let's holiday. Let's light it up and dish it up. Let's stuff turkeys as well as stockings and never miss out on the mistletoe. Let's turn fresh into festive and festive into flavorful. Let's fill the kitchen with holiday sear and make memories over a cookie dough covered table. Let's carve it and share it, then savor it with a side and know where I'd rather be. Let's make a toast to what truly matters most, because the holidays are here and no one does the holidays like Festival Foods.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this holiday season, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the PowerSwab's 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order PowerSwabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free PowerSwabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. With the snow comes promise of a busy weekend on the slopes, including Tyrol Basin here in Dane County.
They're loving this weather. Madeline O'Neill explains how the resort is planning to balance an increase in people wanting to get out with safety.
Snow is welcome news here at Tyrol Basin as they're itching to get the season started. It's good news for people, too, looking to get out of the house. Since Tyrol Basin has begun limited hours, they say they've seen more people brand new to skiing and snowboarding, trying to find a safe alternative to being bored at home. Owner Nathan McGree stresses safety is a priority, and you'll need a mask to get on the hills. He says the activity is perfect for social distancing. Tyrol has changed lift lines to keep skiers and snowboarders apart and upped their disinfecting procedures.
We feel it's so critical for people, especially right now, that, get outside and get some fresh air. We want to be that positive thing, that light at the end of the tunnel.
Tyrol Basin has gotten hundreds of calls about tubing as well. They hope to start that next weekend. If you're planning to head here this weekend, don't forget your mask. They're open until 9 o'clock tonight and from 10 to 4 Saturday and Sunday with extended hours coming. In Mount Horeb, Madeline O'Neill, News 3 Now.
And coming up at 6, we'll share more on how Tyrol Basin is planning for an unusual season.
Stay with us. We'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.